Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 1525.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about the stock market hitting a new high. That's right, the S&P 500 rose to a new record on trade deal hopes as it makes a remarkable comeback from the April lows. Of course, the stock market started off this year with a sharp rise and then tumbled as tariffs were implemented. After hitting its low in April and being down nearly 18% during the year, the S&P 500 had a stunning comeback after Trump walked back some of his stiffest tariff rates and the U.S. began negotiating for trade deals. The S&P 500 is up more than 20% since reaching that low on April 8th, and it's now up nearly 5% for the year. Helped by companies like NVIDIA, which hit an all-time high today, up 2%, and Microsoft, which notched a new record as well. Ken Mahoney, CEO at Mahoney Asset Management, said, "The bearish narratives, Middle East conflict, tariffs, soft economic data, keep getting invalidated by the price action. Every chance the market has had to break down has failed. Instead, it continues to do what bull markets do best, climb the wall of worry." We also had some news out from the Federal Reserve and their inflation gauge, which showed that May's reading of core personal consumption expenditures price index advanced 2.7% year over year in May. While many were expecting 2.6%, it's slightly higher inflation, but according to CNBC, investors are betting inflation will remain tame despite any impact from the tariffs that remain in place, and hope that will pave the way for several Federal Reserve rate cuts this year. Yesterday, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told Bloomberg News that a framework between China and the U.S. on trade had been finalized. Lutnick added that the Trump administration expects to reach deals with 10 major trading partners imminently. A White House official clarified that China agreed to an additional understanding of a framework to implement the Geneva Agreement, and China's Ministry of Commerce also said that the two countries had confirmed a trade framework that would allow the export of rare earths to the U.S. and ease tech restrictions. Terry Wisman, global FX and rate strategist at Macquarie Group, said, "The news in the last week has been unambiguously good, and unambiguously good for the stock market too. Put it this way, there's nothing in the way of a weaker dollar, but there's also nothing in the way of a stronger stock market in the U.S. right now." So after all of the political news and challenges and interest rates being stubbornly high, inflation being stubbornly high, the stock market still is climbing that wall of worry and seems to be putting a lot of the bad news behind it. The bottom line is, how do earnings come out and how profitable are companies? And those earnings reports are ultimately what drives stock prices higher. So this other news that gets in the way and can move markets dramatically can sometimes provide short-term moves to the downside and to the upside. But over time, what's most important are corporate earnings. And that's what we'll be watching for as we move forward. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available. And all of my podcasts are on my website at lindapjones.com/podcasts. And while you're there, sign up for my weekly newsletter for more wealth tips for your financial freedom. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.